Hey everyone, this is Judi with JLBCrafts. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, thank you so much for giving me a try. In this video, I'm going to be setting up and hand lettering the week of December 5th through the 11th. We are on letter X, and you know what? I'm gonna cheat a little bit. We're gonna do X is for Xmas, which is one of our words today. But I mean, how can I not? Like, I don't have stickers of xylophones or, you know, xylem species, blah blah blah. I don't have, you know, so it's December. We're doing Xmas. I don't have pictures of X-rays or Xerox or Xebex or any of that stuff. We're going with X is for Xmas. So I have one of my favorite Christmas Simply Gilded washi tapes. This is one of the beautiful red and green plaid. I'm looking forward to using some red and green pens. This one's got some gold foil, so this is going to go along the edges just like always. And then every year I hit Hobby Lobby once-ish. It's not my favorite store, but I do kind of go through there when their stickers are on sale at the Christmas time and just grab whatever. So I have some bigger ones to put down the center, and I have these smaller ones to go across the top. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to speed it up and do my normal stickers up the center and across the top, and we'll pick some really small ones to go under each day to put my assigned word each day. Like I said, my Simply Gilded washi tape along the edge. Don't pull your washi tape super tight. It does stretch, it's imperceptible, but then when you unstick it from your desk and trim it, it goes back to its natural state, and that's what causes your page to curl. I also do have a coupon code. If you sign up for Simply Gilded's Truly No Spam newsletter, you will get a coupon code for using that link in my description box. You will get a coupon code for $5 off a purchase of $15 or more, and I'll get that same code. And that's enough to cover shipping unless your order is really big. So that's nice. If you are brand new to my channel, we are almost at the end of our second full year of lettering videos. Those are staying up on YouTube. So don't jump right in here and start trying to letter. I highly recommend you go to the beginning of the 2022 playlist. Those videos are in order. The very first video talks about the tools that you need. So really good brush pens and double-lined paper are all going to make a huge difference in how successful you are. So watch that video. The first video is Secrets to Great Hand Lettering. Get those tools lined up, and then start and do those videos in order. You don't learn the lowercase letters in alphabetical order. You learn them in an order that makes sense as far as learning different strokes and incorporating them in order into the letters. And then the second half of the year is learning the capital letters in alphabetical order. So definitely jump into those videos at the beginning of the year. And then if there's a particular letter that you want extra practice on, you can go back even further and watch the 2021 videos. That was my first year. I am completely self-taught on my hand lettering, and so I didn't know really what I was doing in 2021. So, but there is absolutely, you know, value to those videos, and they aren't going anywhere. None of these videos are going anywhere. They are staying up on my YouTube channel, so don't be bummed that you're finding me at the very end of this series. They're not going anywhere, and the order of the letters that you learn does not change, and they'll only be off by one number day, so it'll be pretty easy to figure out what word you should be practicing each day, just referring back to my older challenges. So Perfect. Okay, so I feel like I have a little more red than green right now, so let's write in the words with a green. I just have a green tool pen. So first thing, of course, we're going to practice the letter X, capital letter X, and then Zatz, Zebek, Xerox, X-ray, Xylem, and of course Xmas. All right, there we go. I'm gonna look up the definitions of a couple of these words because I don't remember from last year, and pick my pens, and I'll be back. All right, no surprise, 2 red pens, 2 green pens. So as I'm heavy-handed, I start with the firmest pens and warm up toward the softest. Because of being heavy-handed, the firmer ones are easier for me to control. You may find the absolute opposite, and that's fine. Then you warm up from softest to firmest. So anyway, I have the Tombow Fudenosuke in red. That's my firmest. And then I have the Zebra Funwari in green. Slightly softer, but pretty darn close. Then I have the Calligraph in, it says magenta, but it's pretty like cherry red to me. So, and then finally I have kind of the pine green Pentel Touch Brush Sign Pen. That's the softest pen I have today. So I'm gonna warm up with Aces. Ace has basically been this whole about last year and a half has been my base word, and I've added other letters as I needed to work on them. So you could add R to the beginning and have race if you want to work on your R. For a while I had F at the beginning to work on, for face, to work on the F. I try to stay within 3 or 4 letters so that you have it's short enough that you can repeat it multiple times. Now I'm working kind of on my S, although it's getting there. It's okay. So anyway, let's start with Aces. So I'm starting with the firmest pen. This is the Tombow is the brand. Fudenosuke is the product line. All right, next I have the Zebra Funwari. So Zebra is the company, the brand, and Funwari is the product line, which basically just means a small, firm brush pen tip. All right, next I have the Calligraph from Archer and Olive. So Archer and Olive is the company, Calligraph is the product line. It's got a big brush tip end and a small one. So I'll do several with the small, and then I'll do one at the very end with the big. I never leave myself enough room. So as your tip size gets bigger, your letters get bigger so that you still have the definition in the letters. So finally I have the Pentel Touch Brush Sign Pen. That's the softest pen I have today. So let's do a deep dive now on what our options are for the capital X. So here in the lovely letters planner, you can see it looks like they're starting above top line and just keeping it light to do their little swirly entrance around, down, and up with a bit of a connector stroke option there. Or maybe they're going backwards, they're going light, I don't know. They don't really tell us. This one's obviously starting here because it's got a big heavy down with a little loop at the end. Let's look at our other options. So we've got the free download lettering practice worksheet from Fudenosuke. So this is made to go with that pen that I use. And these are never quite curly enough for me, not quite fancy enough. But here you can see, and they never have much of a slant. If anything, they slant a little bit backwards instead of forwards. So no surprise here, they've just got, You do see a little bit more though, the heavy down, the wider downstroke. So they're just doing a little bit of a light up, heavy down, light up. And then it looks like maybe they're crossing this way because that cross to me looks thinner than the first half. So next we have the Rainbow Crayolography book that you can find at some of the Dollar Trees. I love this book because it definitely shows us the order and the direction. So they're starting here where the blue dot is, and they're doing a little bit of a light curl into definitely a light up. And then they're doing, again, a little bit of a light curl, but definitely a wide, heavy down. So I think the key with X, regardless of what direction you go in with these, is that one is thin and light and the other is fat and heavy. So that it looks brush lettered. Because if they were both heavy or if they were both thin and light, it would not look as much like a brush lettered letter. So honestly, I don't know, unless your name starts with an X, unless your husband's name is Xavier or you. I could have some men here practicing hand lettering. I don't think you're gonna have to worry about a capital X a whole lot. But, you know, it's good to develop it. Let's, you know, give it a try. This is the boxed set from Crayola that I got at Walmart. So, again, not a whole lot going on there. They are definitely doing... so when I print my X, I go upper left to lower right. So that naturally would be my heavy. And then I lift up my pen and I go upper right to lower left, which would also, since it's a downstroke, need to be heavy. But I don't know. I'm not sure it's going to be super easy. I mean, you should be going super slow, so you would be able to concentrate and maybe go in the opposite direction to make this light. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, all right. Last but not least, Calligraphy Made Easy book. I have this linked in the description box. I got mine at Walmart. So here is the X, and this book too, to a degree, definitely shows you the order to do the strokes in. So they're starting with, you know, a little bit of an entrance. Oops, I'm off camera. It's because I'm super zoomed in. A little bit of an entrance. So I'll do my faintly triangular entrance, I think. Heavy down, light up, so that you have a bit of a connector. And then they don't show you what direction for this, for the crisscross. If you want to keep with the heavy down, light up, you would definitely go from bottom to top to make it thin, if you can remember to do that. So that's probably what I'll do. That is how I do my lowercase x's, and I thought I would have a problem, and it turned out that I didn't. So we'll probably stick with that. I can't honestly remember what I did last year, and I never use the capital X, so it's not like I practiced it a whole lot. And there is no alternate. So let's just go ahead and give this a shot. So going nice and slow. Remember, pretend you're the bionic $6 million person. Nice and slow. So faintly triangular entrance starting down here near midline. Heavy connector stroke. And then just a little bit of a curly into a light up. There. That, I mean, it's an X. You know, it's not anything super duper fancy. You can play with, is a high degree of rotation between the two so it's really, really wide? Or do you keep them almost both vertical so it's really, really narrow? You know what I mean? You can play with that. You can obviously play with your entrance and your exit, but that's about it. So I'm just gonna have at it. Definitely could work on my consistency, but again, I don't know when I would use one X, let alone several in one quote, so. this is getting a little too curved here. I think I want to keep it more straight and just arc toward the end. Of course, that could all go out the window once I put it with a word, you know. That always has the opportunity to change it a little bit. So, Zatz, and I have no guarantee that I am pronouncing that correctly, but I did look it up, and it is some Native American tribes refer to their carved tall poles, basically their totem poles, as a Zat. So that's what that word is. All right, let's try this. And I'm afraid a lot of these words are going to look kind of weird just because they're not words that we're used to seeing very often, really, with the capital X at the beginning. So we're just going to cut ourselves, all of us, you all should too, cut yourself some slack if your capital X doesn't look great or natural or normal. All right, next is Zebek, which if I had to guess, I would have thought was some kind of antelope-like animal in Africa, but it is not. It is a small three-masted sailing ship. So thus, there is your vocabulary word for the day. So let's give it a try. There we go. Looks fine. I mean, I can read it. It's definitely legible. It looks weird, but again, it's because it's a word I don't look at very often, so probably never if it weren't for this video series. So surprisingly, it has not been hard at all to remember to do my light upstroke in the opposite direction to the way I've been writing my entire life. So don't let that scare you. All right, let's try Xerox. So we got a capital X and a lowercase x all in one word. So again, crossing the capital just like the lowercase, I mean, it was surprisingly easy for me to, I thought it would mess me up, especially since I'm dyslexic, and it doesn't, so yay. I tell you what though, getting all the way from the O into the first half of the X, that's a lot of real estate to cover. So hopefully you're still choking up on your pens. Alright, first page is done. So we'll throw a couple descenders into the mix with, first one with X-ray. Resist the urge to put dash in there, it defeats the whole purpose if you do. So I went straight into the R here because you can see my overlap on the strokes there. It might be hard to see unless I bring it up to you, but you definitely get a much smoother flow there if you don't lift up your pen. So I think I might try to remember to do that, because if this were a lowercase x, you would, in a lot of, I mean, most of us, I think I would come back and cross the X at the very end of writing the word. So if you can stand it, you definitely get a smoother flow from one letter to the next if you do it that way. All right, let's try xylem. So in this particular word, we're going to have a descender and an ascender. I try not to do that, but let's face it, there aren't a lot of options on words that start with X. So let's give this a try. And I forgot to mention, this actually refers to the vascular system in plants that helps carry moisture from the roots up to the leaves. Okay, last but not least, let's practice Xmas, which is great, I think, especially this time of year. You may want to write it, but not have enough room for the entire word, because let's face it, brush lettering the word Christmas is going to take up a lot of space. So this can be a cute little fun planner word for us. And I did save it to last because hopefully by now you've had a chance to get comfortable, stop adjusting, get comfortable, and have an X that you're okay with. So we made it. Yeah, I think that looks like Xmas. That looks like the shorthand Christmas. I could live with that in my planner. The outlet of my W definitely matches the out of my X. I was noticing that toward the end of there. So, all right, let me show you last year. So of course you're going to see a difference in the entrance stroke. I got away from that little kind of weird little wiggle I used to do, and I like this so much better. But oh, and my S looks better too. It just hit me that my S looks better. I like that a lot better. So anyway, there we go. Year over year, we got through X. I hope you're still with me. Like I said, if you're brand new, definitely go back to the beginning of this year. Check out the 2022 playlist. Everything's in order. Don't be sad. The videos aren't going anywhere, and I'm still toying with the idea of maybe generating words for next year. I haven't decided yet. So let me know. If you like this video, please do consider liking, subscribing, giving me a thumbs up, dropping me a smiley face or any kind of comment. All those interactions with my videos do help me with the YouTube algorithm and helps support and grow my channel. Thank you.